Hello, I'm back. Yes, I know. Part 4. Why did I almost did this? Anyway, part 4 of emergency numbers to call when you are, the emergencies. You will know what the circumstance. Okay, anyway. This one is when your faith needs steering. Go to Hebrew chapter 11. All right. Now, here are the key points for Hebrew chapter 11. A few things we're going to focus on. I really mean a few things. Okay. Definition of faith. The chapter opens by that's my cue to slow down. Okay. Definition of faith. The chapter opens by defining faith as the foundation of hope and the evidence of things not yet visible. It emphasized that faith is not based on sight or tangible evidence, but on trust in God's promises and His unseen power. Now, a lot of y'all how can you believe in a God you don't see? How can you believe in a God you can't touch? Did you hear what I just read? Definition of faith? Exactly. Play it back, you can hear it again. Anyway, next. Examples of faith. In Hebrews chapter 11, right? We have a rich tapestry of individuals who demonstrate remarkable faith, including Abel. Abel offered a more acceptable sacrifice to God due to his faith. Enoch walked with God and was taken up to heaven without experiencing death. Lord, take me. Don't let's not do the death part. Are we with me? Let me know in the comment if you're with me, because that's beautiful. Anyway, Noah obeyed God's commands. Hold on, let's go back again. Noah obeyed God's command to build an ark, saving himself and his family. Abraham and Sarah demonstrated faith by leaving their homeland and trusting in God's promise of descendant. Don't do this right now. You can just name I'm busy right now. Anyway, Moses chose to identify with God's people and endure suffering rather than enjoy the fleeting pleasures of sin. Faith in action. The chapter underscore that faith is not passive but active. It leads to courageous action, obedience to God's command, and a steadfast commitment to His promises, even in the face of adversity. That was pretty clear, guys. A few key points. I don't really have to put too much in there. I was gonna say stop me if you need to, but I'm not. Hold on. How can you? Sorry. All right. Next. Faith and endurance. Hebrew 11 also emphasized that faith requires endurance. Those who live by faith often face hardship, persecution, and trials, yet they perceived trusting in God's ultimate plan. Now, you knew that was coming. What does it mean to live by faith, often face hardship, persecution, and trials, and still be persevere? I don't know why I'm trying to focus on saying persevere. Anyway, let's go. Now, you crash your car, you don't have anywhere to go, you really don't have transportation. We're gonna trust God. You lost your home, you don't have anywhere to live, but you still have your senses. You have God, you have your word. We're gonna trust in God. Your family leaves you and does not want to talk to you because you have chosen a new path, following Christ. They're against what you're doing. Guess what we're gonna do? Still stay with Christ. You lost your job. You were supposed to get a promotion, but then everything that was happening into that job, words, gossips are against you, end up, being fired. We're gonna still be persevering. We're gonna stay focused on God. We're gonna still pray Him, right? And we're still gonna stay even throughout this hardship, we're still gonna focus on God, saying, "No, Lord, I know this is hard, but at the end of the day, you are who you say you are. Hey, you are the God who never lies. You are the God who never changes. You are the God who says, when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something for you, even though it might not be according to our own calendar. But at the end of the day, when God said He will do something, He will do something. When God said it is time for me to act on your story, I will act on your story. Hey, when God says it's okay, I got you, it really means I got you. Yes, all of this hardship is happening, all of this persecution. It seems that your enemies are winning. It seems that your enemies have power over your life. It seems that your enemies are making the shot, they're making the call. Hey, at the end of the day, God said He got you. Therefore, He got you. Now, even though you may lose everything you've ever had, you've ever worked for, thinking that this raise, this promotion you were going to get got messed up by people's gossip, that's not even true. Guess what? It wasn't meant to be. It wasn't meant to be. Now, it might be hard to understand this. Yes, you face this hardship and you work hard for it. It seems promising. You were this close, like this close to get there, but somehow things got turned around. You're like, how? I don't understand this. It wasn't meant to be. Now, walking by faith and staying, with God, not losing faith means even though I don't have food to eat right now, God will provide. Even though I don't have I don't have a job right now, God will provide. Even though my family, my friends may leave me right now, God will provide. Even though I may seem to be, the one person that the whole world dislike right now, God will provide. You know what's better? It's okay to be disliked by the whole world, but be loved by God. Now, faith, right? You lost your job, you're still there praising God. And then later on, you're realizing, oh, I got a better position. I got into a better company. Guess what? Now, this was part of my plan. I've let you gone through this position, through this company to build up your career, to build you for the next chapter, to build you for the next position that you don't even know exists yet. But I had to school you through this in order for you to be ready for that. Therefore, it may look tough, it may look hard. Guess what? Don't lose faith. Do not. Still stay persevere. Stay focused on God through the hardship, persecution, regardless if they're winning or not. Hey, it may look like they're winning now, but they're not. Now this way I'm gonna go back again to one of my, my favorite verses. Did I just forget? Okay, I believe it's John. Okay, now I have to confirm. Now it's John something. Give me a second. I got it. Anyway, it's John 13 verse 7. It says, you may not understand what I'm doing now, but later you will. You know what's funny? I've learned this story recently, right? It was a video actually. This lady, she was sitting, she left her house. She was gonna go out, right? As she was about to cross the road, her purse fell. She's like, oh my goodness, she's like running late, getting aggravated. So she went back to pick up her purse and moved on with her life. And then as she was in the car driving, one of the emergency lights came into her dashboard, right? And it says that her tires got popped. It pretty much drained. Like when you have a hole in your tire, just low, but you can still drive. And hers was like flat. And she got out pretty much getting frustrated and all, can't really do anything about it. And she was sitting on a bench, eating something. And then this bird, out of nowhere, decided to just poop on her shoulder. She wiped it off, get aggravated, and kept walking. And then she got to a point, she went there, in a temple to pray. And she said, what is this? What is going on here? Like, why this? Why that? Da, 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 da. And then she got this vision saying, okay, the first time when you were about to cross the road, your purse fell. There was a car that was about to hit you. The minute you have crossed that road, you would have been dead. Therefore, I had to create a situation to make you not cross the road. the purse fell off, I avoid her getting hit by that car. Now to proceed, that time when she was going, to work, and her car, the tire literally was flat, about a mile ahead or less. I don't know. I wasn't there. The bridge collapsed. If she had been in that car was fine driving, she would have been one of these people on that bridge when the bridge would have been collapsing. That part, she wasn't there. She just heard about it. She was a little behind. The next one, where she was sitting and she was eating her thing, and then the bird just pooped on her shoulder. She got mad and got up. Guess what? The minute she got up, a branch tree just fell down. That tree could have fell on her neck and killed her right there. Situation that happened. You don't understand them. They're not pleasant to us. But at the end of the day, God's plan against ours. Now see, this is why I like to say, Lord, even though I may not be happy, even though I might not like it, I might go against it. Now let me tell you something. Take me, drag me, make me listen, and then we'll talk about after it. Because at the end of the day, guess what? When I get there, I'm gonna be like, oh wow. I'm gonna be grateful. At the heat of the moment, I might not understand it. I might not want to even hear it, but later I will. You may not know what I'm doing now. You may not understand what I'm doing now, but later you will. So yes, it may look hard. Yes, I might not like it, but at the end of the day, hey, I need to trust and believe that when God's in, the minute I have called God to be in the middle of everything, the minute I have called God to help me, I should trust and believe that He will help me. He will not leave me nor forsake me. Therefore, I'm just gonna trust and believe that He's there with me, and He's gonna take action when when I cannot do it. He's gonna take action when everything seems to be too much for me. All right, the last point: faith and the future. The chapter concludes by pointing the ultimate reward of faith, a heavenly home and a better country, highlighting that even those who lived by faith in the past did not receive the full promise, but God had something better in store for them and for us. Now this is beautiful. My point, may I have to read it? Okay, Hebrews chapter 10. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. For by it the people of old received their commendation. By faith, we understand that the universe was created by the word of God, so that what is seen was not made out of things that are visible. By faith, Abel offered to God a more acceptable sacrifice than Cain, through which he was commended as righteous. God commended him by accepting his gift, and through his faith, through his faith, I lost it again. Commended him by accepting his gift, and through his faith, though he died, he still speaks. By faith, Enoch was taken up so that he shall not see death. And he was not found, because God had taken him. Now, before he was taken, he was commended as having pleased God. And without faith, it is impossible to please him. For whoever will draw near to God must believe that he exists and that he rewards those who seek him. By faith, Noah, being warned by God concerned even as yet unseen, and reverent fear, constructed an ark for the saying of his household. By this, he commended the world and became a heir of the righteousness that comes by faith. By faith, Abraham obeyed when he was called to go out to a place that he was received as an inheritance. And he went out, not knowing where he was going. By faith, he went to live in the land of promise, as in a foreign land, living in tents with Isaac and Jacob, heir with him of the same promise. For he was looking forward to the city that has foundations, whose designer and builder is God. By faith, Sarah herself received power to conceive, even when she was past the age, since she considered him faithful who had promised. Therefore, from one man, and him as good as dead, were born descended as many as the stars of heaven, and as many as the innumerable grains of sand by the seashore. These all died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, by having acknowledged that they were strangers and exile on the earth. For people who speak thus make it clear that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been taken of that land from which they had gone out, they would have had opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he prepared for them a city. By faith, Abraham, when he was tested, offered up Isaac, and he who had received the promises was in the act of offering up his only son, of whom it was said, through Isaac shall your offspring be named. He considered that God was able even to raise him from the dead, from which, figuratively speaking, he did receive him back. By faith, Isaac invoked a future blessing on Jacob and Esau. By faith, Jacob, when dying, blessed each of the sons of Joseph, bowing in worship over the head of his staff. By faith, Joseph, at the end of his life, made a mention of the exodus of the Israelites and gave direction concerning his bones. By faith, Moses, when he was born, when hidden for 3 months by his parent, when they saw that the child was beautiful and they were not afraid of the king's edict. By faith, Moses, when he was grown up, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughters, choosing rather to be mistreated with the people of God than to enjoy the fleeting pleasure of sin. He considered to reproach the Christ greater wealth than the treasures of Egypt, for he was looking to the reward. By faith, he left Egypt, not being afraid of the anger of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. By faith, he kept the Passover and sprinkled the blood so that the destroyer of the firstborn might not touch them. By faith, the people crossed the Red Sea as on dry land, but the Egyptians, when they attempted to do the same, were drowned. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they had encircled for 7 days. By faith, Rahab, the prostitute, did not perish with those who were disobedient, because she had given a friendly welcome to the spies. And what more should I say? For time would fail me to tell of Gideon, Barak, Samson, Jephthah, of David and Samuel and the prophets, who through faith conquered kingdom, enforced justice, obtained promises, stopped the mouth of the lion, quenched the power of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, were made strong out of wickedness, became mighty in war, put foreign army to fight. When women received back their dead by resurrection, some were tortured, refusing to accept release so that they might rise again to a better life. Others suffered mocking and flogging and even chains and imprisonment. They were stoned. They were sawned and too. They were tempted. They were killed with the sword. They went about in skins of sheep and goats, destitute, afflicted, mistreated, of whom the world was not worthy, wandering about in desert and mountain and in dens and caves of the earth. And all these, though commended through their faith, did not receive what was promised, Since God has provided something better for us, that apart from us, they should not be made perfect. Wow. All right. Keep it together. Okay, I'm gonna get emotional, so I'm gonna end right now. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.